So we rejoined in the temple's main room. After defeating the ambush party of Yanti, you are now surrounded by the unusual depictions of large serpents on the walls. There's a general, almost Aztec Mayan sort of feel to the area. The stone itself is yellow in colour, and fairly intricately carved.
Yeah, Rambler. Wouldn't Torek have liked this building? There's serpents everywhere.
Oh, yeah, he was a fan of those old serpents, wasn't he?
Was he? All I know is
Yes,
he's dead.
yes. How dare you? He was my closest ally.
Didn't seem very friendly with him earlier when you were kicking him into a hole.
Hello?
It's
Hello.
the tradition. Hello, Rambler. How are
Did
you?
you hear anything I just said?
No, you
Nope,
muted
missed it all.
yourself. You-
No, I wasn't muted, and then you were like Rambler, so I pressed the mute button and it muted me.
Huh.
So I must have been not muted.
Fair enough. So with that, you're going to begin noticing around the structure of the room, there are 3 primary doors, similar to the ones on the outside of the temple. The door itself appears sealed on the left and right, and they both have a small rectangular hole in the center. The one at the back appears to have a slightly different structure to it. It's 2 large doors which would swing open or closed when pushed.
How do you suppose we open them?
I'd
Gang.
like to
Well,
investigate. I'd like to suggest. Shouldn't somebody inspect these doors for traps and whatnot? Somebody smarter than myself, perhaps. I'm willing to help.
I don't mind having a look. I mean, I thought you were going to say, why doesn't Minstrel turn into a T-Rex and burst the door down? But that I think that might be the soundest idea, to perhaps have a look at the door.
Turn into a T-Rex, eh?
I'm afraid I don't quite have that ability.
Have you seen a T-Rex yet?
Don't need to for polymorph.
Yeah, you have to have a vague understanding of the animal. Yes, you do.
No, because there's another spell which you do need the prior knowledge of. I looked this up earlier.
Or is it true polymorph as opposed to polymorph? Have I got them confused?
Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough. Okay, no worries.
But I'm not going to do that because I've got one use of that spell, and that would be wasteful even for Minstrel. So can I approach the door, maybe have a look over it?
Which door are you looking
And there.
to? You have the door from where you came in on the left, the door on the right, or there's the large door at the far end.
I suspect I want to look at the large door on the far end.
Okay. As you approach the door to inspect it, I assume,
Yes.
you can hear whispered murmuring on the other side. Make a perception check to see if you can make it out.
Sorry, 2 seconds, opening my character sheet. But, oh, God, no, not my fitness pal. What are you doing? Go away.
Wisdom check.
Save
I
him.
believe your wisdom is +2.
Wait, wisdom?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, perception's wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
Wisdom to.
So wisdom, and I'm fairly certain you're proficient. So
I think
Add
I'll go
5
and have a look
total?
as well.
Oh God.
I'm going to join.
No, it's just +3. I don't have points in it.
oh, fair. You don't have proficiency in it. Fair enough. Fine. No, it just sounds even through your circlet as murmuring.
Could I have a listen?
I'm having a listen as well. That's my
Oh.
role in
Oh,
front.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're roll 24. You can make them out. Do you speak Draconic?
No.
No, then you don't know what they're saying.
So it's
Rambler?
deep speech.
I don't speak Draconic.
Okay, so there's not much point in you trying either.
Is there a keyhole?
This door doesn't appear to have a keyhole. It appears that it's just going to be pushed open one way or the other. It's large and heavy stone, but you could certainly try.
Okay, you know what? Up,
Minstrel.
up, down, down, left, whatever.
Up,
Yeah,
up,
and
down, up.
can I just poke my head through the door and have a look on the other side?
Sure, but it'll still lose the whole use for the day.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. As you stick your head through the door, you can now hear them and see them, for that fact. There appears to be a number of Yuan-Ti gathering in the back corner, turning into snakes and slipping out of an exit. They also appear to be, where possible, taking with them some small eggs. The conversation was roughly along the lines of, quickly get the younglings out.
I pull my head back through and I say, they appear to be taking younglings out the slippery back door as snake people.
I see. I wonder what they're hiding them from.
This could be a nice little opportunity for us. If they're distracted, could burst in, catch them unawares.
Minstrel, you would have seen there are about 4 or 5 who weren't currently transformed into snakes.
I relay that to the party.
We've taken on more than that.
4 or 5 of them, you say? And a bunch of younglings. Is there any other way getting into the room?
Did I see anything else? Any other entrances when my head was poked in?
Your passive perception is 10, right?
Yep.
Okay, so with that, you will have noticed there were 2 sizable levers either side of the door. But what these do, you are uncertain, as they didn't seem related to this door.
Well, there were 2 large levers, but don't know what they're for.
Well, chances are we might need those levers for something.
As you are discussing briefly what to do, you hear the voices growing fainter on the inside, almost as if there's fewer of them.
There's fewer of them in there now. It sounds like they're all escaping. Kick these doors open and tackle the fiend.
Might I remind you, Mr. Minstrel, that both me and the dog are quite close to death?
I was realise that now. I realise the error of my ways. And I would like to approach you kindly and hit you with a Cure Wounds at level 2.
Oh.
Okay, roll the healing. I assume you're willing to receive that, Rambler?
Yes.
Okay, just make
I'll
roll it.
Can do one. I'll do a Cure Wounds on the dog then.
Yeah.
Sure.
At level 2 as well.
Can rangers get cure wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had cure wounds the whole time.
Why do you never use it?
Because it's a waste of a spell slot.
It's used in combat.
Okay, Minstrel, roll your healing for Rambler, and Khan roll it for...
Khan, what's the roll for it? Because I can't be able
to... 7d100.
At level 2.
Pure...
2d8 plus your proficiency, whatever.
Yeah, spellcasting ability modifier. So 2d8 plus your charisma of 3. 13 for Rambler.
Oh.
And Khan.
Is it just...
what level are you casting it at?
2.
2. So yeah, 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Wisdom. 2.
14 for the dog.
Oh.
Or wolf, either way.
I feel like Khan's trying to one-up me.
Do you want to cast it again to one-up him?
Nah, they're basically the same. 1 hit point's not going to save someone's life.
How are you now, Rambler? Do you think you're battle ready?
I'd say I probably could survive a battle. Have I got any health potions? I do not.
I pass him a health potion.
At which point you're going to notice the noise coming from the room has stopped.
Doesn't sound like there's anything going on in there anymore.
Go in then.
Oh, I'm going to just push the doors open.
Okay, I need you to make a strength check. They're quite heavy.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to help him.
Okay, we'll make a group strength check. Is everyone going to try?
Yeah. Are they so heavy the situation would benefit from Minstrel being a T-Rex?
I mean, you're inside, it would be a risk. As a T-Rex, you'd probably be taller than the thing. I mean, a rhino or something would be a good way to burst through.
Yeah, but they're not cool.
20.
20 plus 5? Oh, of course, range is a strength proficient.
Yeah. And I got +2 to it.
27, 18. Nice. And one for Radika if he's going to help. Or Bartu, sorry.
Mika!
Radika, you're back alive! Anyway. 24. Nice. Covering Ramblers nicely. Okay, so with that, pushing all of the body weight that the group has against you, which from Rambler isn't a sizable amount, to be fair, you manage to swing the doors open slowly as they grate along the floor with a almost if they haven't been opened for a long, long time.
Well, gentlemen, I'm half glad we didn't try and gently push the door open and sneak inside.
I wasn't going to. I was just going to shove it open and run in.
You can now see this was an obvious brood lair for the Yuan-Ti. They were raising eggs here to hatch more of their kind.
Those eggs go really well in an omelette.
Rambler, do you suppose these creatures, is only the snake part out of the egg? Like, do they give half live birth and half egg birth? I mean, these are weird beings. Bloody monstrosities.
Do you want to make a nature check to work it out?
I daren't even think about it, young minstrel. All I know is I'm disgusted.
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay.
Where were they leaving from?
There are 2 small holes to the back of the room, about big enough for a small snake to get through.
If they left that way, they could come back in that way. Guys, anything we can block that with?
Are you suggesting I turn into a T-Rex and lay down so they can't get past?
Well, no, because you have to stay here then.
Forever.
So, I don't know. Is there any way we can collapse?
Do you have anything that you could pop in there?
I'm not sure.
Is there anything around the room that would work?
You've got the pieces for the nest, but they could be easily moved out of the way.
Yeah, I've got a crowbar and a
realistically, if you tried to break off some of the stone, you could jam it down there and get it stuck if you were lucky.
I'll try and smash it and break it.
Surely we should follow them. I mean, there's no point locking ourselves in this building, is there?
How? No. He's just trying to block the 2 small holes that the snakes escaped out of.
Can't get a man through those, I assume.
No, I was say you'd be lucky to get half your arm down it.
You could get a halfling down it. I say I got Rambler.
No, it's too small even for that, I'm afraid. You could probably get his whole leg down it.
You stay away from my leg.
I don't know if I've got anything to actually shove in there and block it, but
Only I still have that shit.
You probably have quite a lot of shit in your bag. You did.
I have got pounds of deep iron ore.
I've got 3 wooden stakes and a hammer and a crowbar.
How big's a wooden stake? Yeah, you could try and jam one of them in there with the hammer.
Gonna have a go.
Okay.
If everyone's in favour, but
make I'm gonna say sleight of hand check with it.
I'm not sure if that's good for me. Yeah, so, yeah.
It's Dex, it shouldn't be awful.
Yeah. I'll have a go. Yeah.
11. You managed to, you think, wedge it in there pretty well. You're not sure if it'll hold against the snake pushing back on it, but you can't pull it back out from where it is.
Mm.
Do you want to do the one on the other side as well?
I'll try it with that one.
Yeah, again, same roll.
Just to close them. No, that's worse.
6. This one This one must have been slightly larger because you just, as you tap it with the hammer, it goes straight down to the other end of the hole, like playing whack-a-mole on a really long slide. Whee!
Hopefully they're not down there still.
They are. They might think. They might suspect you think they're vampires.
Yeah. That's my Monster Hunters pack.
Fair enough. Okay.
Right, well,
so with that, you're in the room with the 2 levers, however you say that word.
There's
I
2
don't even know.
levers in this room.
And 2 sealed doors outside. I wonder if you can put it together.
Do you want to try one of these people? Or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one?
Left or right?
Left.
As it
Okay.
points to a lever.
As you pull the left lever, you hear the sliding of stone outside, as well as a heavy clunk.
Did you hear that? Sound like something fell over.
I believe I did. But I suggest we probably go have a look before we pull the other lever.
Fair enough. So
Rather than risk both.
as you head out to the main area, you can now see a strange room has opened up on the left-hand side of the building. The doors themselves seem to have fallen into the floor, and you can see inside a large pit with some strange black liquid inside it.
There's a pit down there, lads. It's
Ah,
got some weird
I've seen
black
this before.
fluidy liquid in it.
It's the fabled pit of the halls of Glom.
What's it doing all the way over here?
I suspect that there's been some space folding occur. So I've read about it once in one of my many books of lore.
As you
good
look it over,
question.
I'm going to say Khan and Rambler make a nature check.
Very good at that.
I figured you might be. That's why I picked you
no.
two.
No,
Minstrel feels left out.
Yeah,
You
really,
can make one too if you want.
I'm actually really good at
oh,
nature check.
actually didn't
Hey,
turn out
Jane.
too bad.
Okay. Rambler, you think it looks delicious. Khan, you suspect based on smell, consistency, and a few other things, this might be the venom of a particularly large and venomous snake.
I think this is venom.
My
Be careful.
goodness.
You
There's
sure?
loads of it.
I'd keep that dog of yours back.
Oh, he knows what's food and what's not food, don't you, Tabatu Sasula sausages?
The only other things you can see as you've now approached the edge of the room is a strange statue over the back, which seems to depict one of the Yuan-Ti holding a vase pouring into the pit. It currently has no liquid flowing from it.
Must be where they built their matriarch for her venom.
I mean, there is a giant snaky thing outside this place. Wasn't there?
Right. Was there?
You
Uh,
Are you referring to the four you fought outside?
No, the
I'm
Mrs.
gonna have a,
Oh,
Yeah,
Salak
sure.
Naga.
I'm gonna have a little monster check.
Sure. You can sense the monstrosities fleeing the area. However, there is one in the opposite room.
Right. There's
Okay.
something in the other room. Perhaps they're both milking rooms, and we've got our culprit over there.
Do you want to stand and wait by that door and I'll go pull the lever?
Stand and deliver.
If you really wish, Adamant.
Right, you are, Mr. Cat Person.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to need my
I'll
pen.
go pull the lever then.
Okay, so the other two, are you waiting by the other door?
Yes.
Okay. As you pull the door, you can hear the sound. You see this time, in fact, because you're standing by it. The stone slide down into the floor, once again completing the same clunking noise as it hits in. The room inside, as you currently can't see this, is a large room. There's a strange structure to the stone. It appears to have multiple places to climb or hang if you were a snake, almost as if this has been set up as some form of nest. After a few seconds, I'm going to need passive perception from. Oh wait, you're both looking in. I'll say you can make a natural perception roll for Rambler, Minstrel, and I suppose Radika, Tabatu.
And I'll run back to them then.
This is going to be happening inside 6 seconds, so your
Yeah.
action was probably the thing.
Roll
17, Minstrel.
for you.
Nat 20. Nice.
Oh. Do I need to roll for the dog as well then? Or?
We'll say you point it out to the dog, shall we? Okay.
Oh, we got
no,
natural
Oh!
20.
The dog is also very perceptual today. After your yesterday's rolls, which were trash, you're doing really well. 2 nat 20s. Okay, so you can see a large serpent coming up across the bottom of the floor. It appears to be about 10, 20 feet long, about the size of the giant constrictor minstrel conjured earlier. However, this is jet black. And
Meat shield.
as it begins coming up, you feel a small telepathic brush come against your brain. What are
Tell
you
me.
doing here?
I take the obelisk out of my bag and I say to it, "You stop that," and then put him back in the bag.
It was not the aboleth. It was in Draconic Minstrel.
Ah, Draconic. I can speak Draconic.
Yes, you can.
What the voice said.
What are you doing here?
We're just here looking for a shield, I say out loud.
Come to steal back from Salaxia, have we?
I prefer burrowing on a long-term basis.
At this point, Khan, you can rejoin the group, and you can now see Minstrel having what appears to be a one-sided conversation with a giant black snake, which has now stood up to height, so it's looking him in the eye.
What's happening? What have I missed?
I'm going to draw my sword and utter the words "get" and "lit."
Okay, I figured you would, but I was going to wait and see what you said. As the fire sparks out from the sword, the snake is going to say, this time in common to all 3 of your brains. So, come to kill me, have you? Very well then, a fight you'll get. As, you guys familiar with the cobras where the neck hood comes out?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wait,
what's
my
going to happen.
friend.
Cool.
At which point I will need initiative rolls.
Is he a
Oh, well, if
beast?
you force my hands,
Force your hand.
Is he
So-
is this snake a beast?
Nat
Nat
1,
Yeast.
Khan 18.
Mr. Craig. Hello.
It is a monstrosity. Remember, you sensed it earlier.
Oh yeah. Right.
Sorry, I
Suppose you
figured you.
Suppose you want me to roll
if
initiative
you would.
now, do you?
I want to roll for old Blackie.
Oh, both the same. Yeah.
Blackie.
They didn't give it a proper name. Okay, so I'll start drawing out a quick map. I'll be right with you. This will be your target.
Big old snake.
and a snake.
A snake.
don't come near me, you're a snake, I'll
bite
you with
my I send that video to my brother pretty much like every year.
Your brother does
It
look a
looks
lot
like-
like that kid.
I thought it
Oh.
wasn't for a while.
What video? I want to see this now.
Google "I'm a snake." It should be on one of the top results.
Everyone happy with the compass? Have I done it the right way around?
Nah, it's mirrored for me.
It's
Mirror,
mirrored.
wheat, shredded, eat.
Again?
It's
Keep
not for
doing that.
me.
then.
It's fine.
It's not for you, okay.
Uh,
Then we'll say you were
Yeah, I'm
there.
telling fibs. It's fine.
Okay. And we'll put you guys in a line. Are you fine with that?
I'll prefer to be further back as I turned up late, I suppose. But
There?
yeah,
Okay, so I just got to draw in the edge of this room going over to the other door. So that leads off that way. Give you a rough idea. And the main exit was over this way. And the rest of that goes back to the rest of the room you saw the other day. All happy?
aye.
P.
Okay.
Don't have to be happy to play this, do I?
That's preferred. I mean, if you're having a nice time. So, combat order will be Khan,
Or like can't.
R2, the Snake, Rambler, and Minstrel dead last. Minstrel, you can do nothing for your first round. Unfortunately, because you got a nat 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so Khan, you're up first.
I'm gonna.
I'm going to put my light on, hang on.
I'm in line of sight, I guess.
Yeah, you got line of sight from there.
Oh,
Shooting past Minstrel.
shoot me arrows
Go for it.
into it. That's probably a miss.
12 is a miss.
You got advantage, right?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
it hasn't
active
acted
yet.
yet.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Oh,
23 does hit.
oh, 29, nat 20.
Nat 20, so that's a crit. So roll 1 crit and 1 regular damage.
I'll do the crit first.
Sure.
10.
No, you only double the dice roll, not the modifier.
Oh yeah.
So 6. 6, amazingly, on a crit. And 9, much better. Okay.
And my other arrow. Yeah, no, that's against another target. So that's fine.
Yeah. So 15 in total. Okay. At which point we come to Batu Sasula. Unless you want to move anywhere, Khan.
He's gonna.
I might move southwest to behind roughly where Rambler, but further back.
Yeah? Or one more?
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Okay.
Batu's gonna hold his turn until.
Or maybe as a bonus, actually, just cast Hunter's Mark.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
before I forget.
Till
Okay.
Rambler goes.
Okay, go. So Batu's holding till Rambler goes. Okay, so next we come on to the Snake Stand, who's going to come directly to the edge of the door and no further, and breathe a fire breath out onto the party.
Boom.
Oh.
I will need
Oh.
dexterity saving throws from the 3 of you in the front.
Absorb elements.
Okay, go for it. I still need the dex saving throw, though.
Am
No.
I?
No, you're at the range.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
the
it's
dog as
just-
well.
The dog as well. Yeah,
What
give me
about,
the dice while I'm here. While I'm on the floor.
So it's a 6. Oh, 6 and a 7. Okay,
6 and a 7?
Oh, he hasn't rolled yet. No.
Oh, okay.
that's
Plus
me.
I was going to say 24, so you pass.
That's for the dog.
Also 24, you also pass, so does Minstrel. Okay, so you take half damage.
So I guess that's 0 damage for me.
No, you take a quarter. 10, 20, 5 cut in half is 12 and a half. So 12 for Minstrel and Batu, and 6 for Rambler. Yeah, Rambler, I had it right. And you can add fire to your next weapon attack again.
Fire.
Da-da-da. No. Okay, and that's the end of his turn.
He end his turn like that.
Rambler, your turn.
Rambler's going to ramble on over.
5
to
foot
said
forward.
man. He's going to use his bonus action to put a mark of the hunter's kind upon.
Okay, so that's Hunter's Mark for both of you.
Then he's
Okay.
going to do an attack.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
In fact, he's going to do 2 attacks, isn't he?
Yeah, because of that sword charm. 18 and 27 both hit.
Okay, and then so he's got an extra 2d6, so that's 6d6 plus 10, right?
Yeah, unless he has resistance to fire, which
Does
he
he?
does. So I'm going to need you to separate the fire rolls for me. So do your short sword damage and the Hunter's Mark damage, and then roll fire afterwards.
No, you confused me.
So roll
Hold on. Let me just check something.
think
The first time you hit
3d6
something,
and
so the absorb elements is 1 die, and then
2
the
at the.
2d6 is 4d6, so it's 5d6 of fire damage,
Fair enough.
and then 2d6 of sword damage.
How'd you get to 5? What?
Oh,
Oh, of course, for the 2 attacks. Yeah, 2 attacks. Sorry, I wasn't adding that up right. Yep, you are right.
And then 10 because he's a monstrosity.
Okay.
No, 14 because he's a monstrosity. and the 5d6 is the fire.
Okay, so 6, 12,
16,
14, 16, yeah. So that gets cut.
37. No,
Uh,
not 37.
you don't know if it's resistance or immunity. I beg your pardon. So,
Please don't beg.
10, 15.
I'm guessing I do now, right? Now I've hit it.
Now you've hit it, you can see the flames scatter across the scales, but it doesn't seem to have had any effect other than the actual blade striking him.
And the proficiency bonus.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the blade striking him. Okay. So, next we come to Minstrel. You're surprised by the start of combat, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't do anything this turn, can I?
And we come back to Tobatu Sasula, who can now take his turn.
Yeah, okay. You did give him the Hunter's Mark damage, though, didn't you?
You put it on, yeah.
Yeah, good. No, because you just said just the blade. I was just double checking.
Oh, yeah, no. The fire appears to have had no effect.
The fire appears to have no effect. I don't know why I repeated that.
Fine. So, is he moving up to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. It's going to be doing it around a corner, so it's going to be tight. But
So that's 17.
17 does hit. $10. The biting seems to be effective as well. Okay, so with that, we come back to Khan.
I'm gonna fire another 2 arrows.
Okay, shooting over the top of
Over the
Rambler's
top
head
of Rambler,
should be
yeah.
nice and easy, yeah. Make an attack rolls.
I also don't get that one or something.
28.
Alright.
That's a hit. 15, that's not.
Roll my 1.
So we've got an AC of either 16
Or 15.
or not.
Well, yeah, 16, basically. That's a good point. You've had 17 and
No, shit one.
6. 2 ones, not great. The arrows seem to sort of slide along his scales. They don't do a lot. Or the arrow, I should say.
Our boys.
Okay. Next, Bartu.
Do a little bite.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Barty the bitey boy. Bartu the bitey boy is doing a bite. Oh, that's a hit, right?
16 is just a hit. Just so. 12. Okay. So he grabs the creature by the neck. I'm going to make the strength roll this time because I forgot last time. No, it passes. That's fine. I'll roll another one to be fair because I forgot it last round. No, still fine. Okay, next we come to the snake, who is going to attempt to constrict Rambler.
No! Oh, help me.
Okay, I will need your choice of an athletics or acrobatics saving throw made against a DC 15 grapple.
So I need to get a 15.
Yeah, 15 or higher.
Okay.
Acrobatics or athletics? Your decision.
Acrobatics. Oh,
23. You definitely backflip out the way as he tries to wrap around and coil you. Okay, with that we now come to Rambler's turn.
I point at him with my sword and say, ha ha ha, you can't catch me! Now have this! And I hit him.
Okay, make your attack roll.
1d20 plus 9.
24's a hit.
Might as well roll the other one.
25's a hit.
So it's the same as before, but without the... Oh no,
You
you've got
can
all the
leave-
rolling. The fire damage.
Yeah,
and stuff.
there's not much point. Okay, 27. And with that, as the creature brings its head forward and you definitely step sideways and slice it across the neck, its blood pouring onto the floor. It is defeated, and its long body lies in the wake of the room.
Oh.
Wasn't supposed to be a
I
melee.
would just like to say that
Did so
Minstrel
well.
carried that fight.
Go
Thank
up
you
to
for
Minstrel and pat him on the back. Well
Thanks for
done.
the help there, young minstrel.
I cast Mage Hand and pat myself on the back as well. I don't have Mage Hand, so I can't do that.
Okay.
I cast a minor illusion of a high five in front of me.
Fair enough.
Bardic Inspiration last, by the way.
It will have worn off by now, we'll
Right.
say, because you've had like 5-6 rounds of combat plus time in between. Okay. Do you want to go and inspect the
God,
room?
it took us an hour from that last fight to get to this door.
I thought it was a minute for your one.
We did have a little rest, didn't we, as well? Or do we not?
It's an hour.
Was it an hour? Oh, yeah, you still have the Bardic Inspiration then.
Yeah, because we didn't even have a short rest.
No,
No,
I
I
thought it
used
was a
my
minute
dice.
when he used it for combat. Thanks. That's my apologies. My association between Chris and a minute is very high. Okay.
Is
Oh,
it
no.
because when I make sweet love to you, it feels like a hot minute?
No, it's never mind. It's about as long as I can tolerate your voice.
Feels like a cup of hot piss.
My favourite.
So, as you look into the room the snake has come from, you can see over the back there are a large number of jars, currently sealed with waxed hoods with small perforations in them.
These must be milkers.
Are you saying, Rambler, that Minstrel should turn into a T-Rex and go pick up these jars with my little T-Rex arms?
Minstrel, will you just turn into a T-Rex that you haven't done with?
I'd save it. In a minute, it will be really cool.
Spoilers. I don't think he was about to actually turn into a T-Rex.
Oh, he's waiting for it.
He's looking for an
I'm
opportunity.
waiting for my next argument with an innkeeper.
I'd like to determine how much these pots weigh.
I'm going to have a look at them.
Okay, make your inspection, Roz.
I'm just going to help.
Investigation. check.
Investigation.
I'm just going to give Khan advantage.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably
sure.
better than using a -1 roll.
Forgot my. Alright.
Okay. You look them over. You reckon they each weigh about 10 pounds. They appear to be
Don't
full of
give
the
one
same
roll.
black liquid you've seen before.
That's that same black venomy stuff. In these
Can
jars.
I collect some of this stuff in a jar, in some of my vials?
That's a very good idea, young
You
minstrel.
want to try and pour it out onto it?
Let me think about this. I think I would like to.
Well, place your little vial on the floor and then try and pour it in so your hands are out the way.
That sounds like a fine idea, Khan.
And I'd also, for that fantastic idea, can I have one of your vials?
Yeah, let me just make sure I've actually got vials before we go too far down, and I'm rummaging through my bag of holding.
You don't rummage for a bag of holding. You put your hand in, think of what you want, and if you've got it, it comes out.
I have 30 empty vials. I would like to place these on the floor.
All 30? How many? Just for...
He's died.
You got?
I said yes.
Yes,
All 30.
yes. Sorry, that didn't come through at all. So
Hmm.
as you place the 30 out on the floor, I'm assuming tightly clustered to where you'll be pouring it from?
Yeah.
Okay, Rambler, you can successfully take the snake hide with that. Okay, so as you pour it, I'm going to need a sleight of hand check.
Can I aid him in any
Yeah,
way?
too.
If I want some.
Yeah, I suppose you can try and stabilize the jar.
Hmm.
So
Do want some
you
of
can
it.
make it with advantage.
Oh,
14. Okay. You pour as you begin pouring one of them over into the thing. You manage to fill up the central ones, but as it reaches the outer ones, they kind of spill because no one's holding them. So you waste most of it on the floor. You've got about 10 filled. The rest are gone. They're not broken. They're just spilled onto the floor.
covered
Okay,
in junk.
I'm going to throw the 20 unbroken ones back in the bag of holding, and
You just touch the venom-covered vials.
I was thinking scoop them up, but
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can scoop them up. So as they go back into the bag of holding, you can now put venom-coated vials as opposed to vials.
3 cheers for Minstrel!
How are you going to pick up the ones which are full and currently still standing?
Rambler, have you got any rope left?
Well, I'm afraid to inform you that I don't. I've never had any rope.
I'm just going to try and pick one up.
Aha, I'm pulling your leg.
No, I take the bed sheet out of the bag of holding and I wrap my hands in bed sheet.
Right.
Wrap your hands in bed sheet, sure. So are you going to try and cork them?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay, so as you begin corking the vials, you feel, even as it soaks through with the bed sheet currently covered in now bloodstains and snake venom, you feel it slip slightly onto your skin, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yeah, one sec.
I was kind of wondering how you were planning to do that with rope.
Yeah.
I was going to throw my hands up like a boxer.
Oh, I see. I was thinking you were going to like put the cork on the end of a piece of rope and go like bobbing fishing, like trying to get it stuck on and then loops the rope off and let it go.
I consider wrapping around the vials and dipping them in the pot. But Constitution, you say?
Yes, please. Oh dear.
Natural 1.
Is it? But it hasn't come up for me yet.
I hope not. Ooh.
6. Okay. You take 1d4 poison damage as even the small amount seeping onto your skins feels rather potent.
Can I?
But you do manage to get the rest on without any.
1d4, you need to roll for that, not me.
Yes,
don't
I
you?
do. That's a good point.
And it's a
3.
7.
3 points of poison damage.
Ow, that was poisony.
Okay. So with that put away, what are we doing next?
Well, I don't see much else we can do here. I got this lovely bit of snake hide.
Fair enough. I'm gonna.
We are looking for a shield, aren't we?
Yes, you are. There's only one room in this place you haven't currently looked at, and it's the one at the top of the stairs.
I
That's
think it's
the one
room
I
with that-
fenced the undead in.
the Dutch bastard.
Hmm.
So, do we want to head outside
Yes.
and go look at the top?
Do we want to head straight there, or do we want to secure somewhere to have a rest first?
I wouldn't mind having a short nap,
I would
a little
prefer a
10-minute
rest.
power nap.
Right.
Make us up a cup of tea.
Ideally, a long rest, if possible. But just recuperate my spell slots. Mostly.
Well,
I can put a tiny hut up right here
God
for a long
Don't-
rest.
Don't put tiny hat up.
Unless you want to go back to the other room. But
Let's use your tiny hut. And since we're having a rest, you never got a chance to turn yourself into that dinosaur. Would you fancy firing a new spell, perhaps one that turns people into a dinosaur, into my things? I never used your counter spell.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Let's get the tiny hut up.
Okay.
what
So
happened
you
to
cast
that
tiny
new
hut, and
spell?
I assume with all of you inside it.
Like so.
Yep, that's fine.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, you keep talking. Sorry, I'm just.
Okay. As tiny hut gets cast and spreads over the usual area, the comfortable temperature applies, and you can all take time now to rest.
Actually, on second thought, young minstrel, I think I'll keep the counter spell. This thing could be a lich or something, might come in handy, and it's a reaction spell. So
Okay, Rambler. I was going to say, I mean, what kind of creature would you like? Because I'm an encyclopedia of bestiality related
Well-
things.
oh, well, my goodness me!
Stay away from Bartu.
I guess next time we do it, we can figure something out. But perhaps I've always wanted to have the power to fly.
Like a noble daddy longleg.
Yes, it's like you read my mind. Many a
Okay.
time have I been sat in the outhouse having a little shit, looking at a daddy long legs and thinking, God, I wish that were me.
That was so descriptive. Is that true in real life?
A little bit weird. I'm going to say Calm was asleep for that.
I'm going to
Just
say
a
give
little
me
bit.
a D100 inspiration die.
You're losing your other one from Minstrel, so I'll say you can have a D2.
Wow,
I'll be reasonable.
actually worked.
It was a minstrel getting an inspiration dice.
So my H points are back up.
You're fully restored at this point. You've been sleeping for 8 hours. It is now nighttime.
Rambler probably feels a bit like I do IRL after having a daytime nap.
Bartu seems to have heard something.
What is it, Batu? What do your elf eyes smell?
He's definitely reacting to something that seems to have become active in the last few minutes.
Oh, I'm getting confused. Are you talking about your dog or
My dog is barking. I'm giving it a quick RP flare to cover the fact.
What's changed, Batu? And
He
then I
looks
turned.
up,
Yeah.
but you're unsure as to where exactly he's looking.
Dogs can't look up.
He
Oh,
sits
right,
down
so-
to look up.
And also, dogs can look up. I don't
Yeah,
know
they
where
can.
that-
It's a myth.
Karen, wake up! Something's happened.
Yes.
Here's
Where am
my-
I?
You're in the rainforest of Hualatl,
Oh, how do I look?
homeland of the great Slaxlia.
Uh,
How do you look? You look
With your
alright, I
eye.
suppose, for a cat.
Okay, good.
fair enough.
It's having a crazy dream.
Could you perhaps use your radio
Was it-
sensors? Have a look
Was
at
it
this?
interesting, perchance, that you had lost the strange fellow you were meant to be guarding?
There's no point worrying about that anymore.
I was going to say,
Wait,
because I'm sure that whole thing was just a dream.
Don't think so somehow.
Fair
I
enough.
was having a different dream.
Okay. So yeah,
Why are
Bartu
you-
reacting to something about him.
I'm going to do a perception check based on sight.
Based on sight. I'm going to save you the roll. Nothing's
no,
changed
sorry.
in the room you can currently see.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I'll take a minute to just check the undead presence again.
The undead upstairs is now moving
He's
back
he's
and
up and
forth
about.
around that room.
Pacing in this room.
It's that
of
big
us.
undead fellow, isn't it? That Dutch guy.
I don't know what it is yet, but it's definitely undead.
Right. Well, I reckon if I had to guess, looking at this building, it looks like some kind of sacrificial chamber thing based on snakes. So I'm going to say it's probably some kind of a demi deity type creature, maybe
Oh my
like
god.
a undead naga.
Rambler.
Yes.
It's Shartan's true form.
Oh my goodness me. Shut the
You
front
shot
door.
him.
He's a crazy, powerful dead person who has his insane abilities to kill everyone in every city he goes to.
Oh, I've got vague memories of that Shartan, but I can't really seem to pinpoint it.
Is the extent of his power.
Gentlemen,
Hmm.
it's just this battle coming up ahead is going to be a very dangerous one for which we must
Potentially.
prepare.
Could say it's going to be legend.
Derry?
County Derry.
County Durham.
County Derry.
Okay. So do we want to go inspect the door upstairs?
Probably best, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to drop a tiny hut now, friends. You best be ready.
As the hut dissipates into the air, you once again find yourself in the snake's chamber. As you head outside, the
Okay.
cool night air is quiet and crisp. There's barely a sound except for the slight sound of something dragging on the floor, as well as the occasional
The roaring of an Allosaurus.
Hello.
gentle thud coming from the top of the temple. Everything seems to be giving this area a wide berth at the moment.
Right,
There's
well,
some crazy shit going on here.
I suppose we can do nothing but face our adversary.
Well, better take a look at that door first.
As you reach the door at the top of the stairs, you can see something appears to be chained across it. You're not quite sure how to release it as it goes into the wall.
It's imperatively clear that you need a T-Rex for a situation.
I mean, you could try. That's not the answer I was going for. You've seen everything you need for
See
it.
if there's a lock.
The chain appears to, as you inspect, make a perception check.
I'm going to perceive.
Yes.
One lock, please.
Natural one. You
No,
can see the
no,
chain.
no,
No,
yeah.
halfling. 24. Okay. You can see the chain as it runs down inside. It appears to be connected to something in the left-hand chamber you were in before. The one with the statue.
Now, from what I can see here, it looks like if you follow this chain along, it goes down that room we were in before, connected to something down there.
Perhaps we should get a closer look at that statue that was ominous from the beginning.
I would like to take a closer look at the statue that was ominous from the beginning.
That's
You
all
head
good.
back downstairs. You can see the statue once again holding the jar above the small well of snake venom.
I see. Looks like we got to pour snake venom into this here jar, and then it'll pour it down there, and then something might happen.
Feels very much like a puzzle.
Can we reach the statue?
It won't be easy, but working as a group, you should be able to do it.
How big is a gap?
It's only about 3-4 feet.
Can I do a running backflip?
Do you want to do that before you have the venom or after? Because
Before.
Okay, make your backflip. Acrobatics, go for it.
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh shit!
He's
This
gonna
is,
roll
by
it.
the way, gonna be the stupidest thing that's ever happened if you get in that one.
Should
He's
have tied a rope around him to pull him back with.
Too late. He's too impulsive. He's already done it.
Nat 20 perfectly stick the landing, and I'm giving you some experience for that. And rambling at some from earlier. You perfectly stick the landing and are now standing on the statue's arms above the jar.
Right,
Bring
let's
it out.
see what to do.
Right. Now on to the next phase of the plan. Which was
I
Dunno.
assume
Try and pour some in. No,
Right.
what it was? I don't know.
I'm going to use my cook's utensils, my ladle, to ladle some poison into the thing.
the poison from the bottom is too far away for you to get the ladle down to it.
Well, I'm going to empty one of my vials.
Nothing seems to have happened upon emptying one of the vials.
Yeah, 22 of the vials.
Again, nothing has happened yet.
Can I?
I don't think this is working.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Perhaps we've got the wrong idea altogether.
You move the
Or
arm.
we did a shit ton of fucking stuff.
I'm gonna give you a quick hint here. Do you remember there were multiple large jars of it in the other room?
Maybe replace with a full one. I don't know.
Oh, isn't that a good thing? That there's other vials, other jars in that room. Because I have this overwhelming urge when I first went in there to smash them all. Maybe someone should go get one of those big pots and bring it through.
You didn't do that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and grab a jar with the help of Batu to help me carry
You and
it.
Bartu carefully carry back one of the wax sealed jars.
I would like to hand Batu one ration and call him a good boy, and in return he's going to give me one platinum piece.
Fair enough. I mean, he still has 30, doesn't he?
He has 38.
38, my apologies. Okay, so you've now got the jar into the other room.
Right, Minstrel, what should I do?
You pass it across to me.
I shall attempt to pass you the jar.
Actually, maybe it's best you give it to the cat. because I mean you are a short man. I'm not sure if you could reach across.
I mean, I hope I don't need to be bigger to reach.
With Minstrel leaning out and you reaching forward, you can pass it fairly simply.
Do that, yeah.
I mean, perhaps I could receive this jar easier if I was a T-Rex.
I doubt it.
So they had little arms.
Break
Okay,
it.
so Minstrel, you're now holding the jar and standing on the statue's arms.
I would like to pull the cork out, and I'm going to pour the entire contents into the jar the statue's holding.
Okay, as the venom begins overflowing from the jar the statue is holding, you hear the grinding of stone and the sound of a chain being released.
Oh,
Well, that's
Minstrel, I'm
useful.
not going to lie. I'm pretty nervous.
I think it's going to know.
After a
something's going
few
on.
moments, you hear a large roar as well as a thud outside.
Sounds like something's out there.
Perhaps, I mean, I am also a bit startled, but I'm also a bit concerned as to how I'm going to get across. Has anyone got a rope they can throw me, just in case I do not manage my spectacular backflip again?
I'd like to.
If you don't do a backflip, I'll make the check lower.
Such a jump.
Gonna just jump.
Okay,
Oh.
just make a regular jump, just a dexterity check. Or
This
acrobatics still, but it's going to be like... It's substantially easier to jump 5 feet back when you're up 5 foot in the air.
He's died. He's already dead.
With a +7, unless you get a nat 1 now, you're kind of... acrobatic.
Still a chance.
5% chance in case you slip. No, 25. You managed to jump back nice and easily, landing next to your party. And now the large...
What party? You shouldn't have.
Sorry?
A party? There's no need for this fanfare.
Fair enough. As you land back, you once again hear a loud, terrifying roar from outside.
Does
Nice
it
then.
like a Tyrannosaurus or a T-Rex?
I don't want to answer that.
Right,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to
Fine,
have
yeah.
a little peek outside, I guess.
Okay. Make a stealth check if you want to try and do it without being seen.
I do want to try and do it without being seen.
Okay, so make a quick stealth roll. 17. You feel pretty stealthy.
Okay, I'm going to peek through the gap.
You
That
do
was
see a
outside.
creature the size and similar structure to a Tyrannosaurus. However, it appears to be made from rotting flesh and bones.
I'm going to go back from the door towards the party and I say, "You won't believe this, guys. There's a fucking undead T-Rex out there. Looks like my counter spell won't come in handy after all."
Oh my god. I
My name.
slap my knee and say, "Don't worry, guys, we've got this." And I
Look at you, Mike.
I have a suggestion.
Just
Before you
scream.
turn yourself into a cat, my suggestion is we use my sneaky spell and we get as close to him as we can before he notices us.
I'm sorry, Minstrel's going for this, so he's legs, and I'm sprinting, so I'm outside, and I'm casting polymorph for myself. I've already
I don't
done
want
that.
to be close.
T-Rex.
While I set up the battle map.
I don't want to be
Uh,
close, so that's
All right,
fine.
I'm taking an opportunity to be right back.
Okay.
5 minutes.
You got a few while I finish this. So we'll say you've just run out of the doors from this side.
A T-Rex, or
Sorry?
can I be like the T-Rex out of Power Rangers?
Was there? Oh yeah, the red one. No, you can't be the mechanical one.
Okay, a normal T-Rex.
Okay, so we'll say you're coming out of this door here, and you want to cast polymorph on yourself from the off.
As I'm outside, because I don't want to end up crippled T-Rex in a corridor.
I'm just going to replace you. Do you want to be the dragon head or the monster head piece? You can be
God,
the dragon.
dragon.
So as you turn yourself into a T-Rex, you now see over... Is that on screen? Yes. Over to
Yeah,
that side, another T-Rex.
The only trouble is you're going to have your personality in alignment, but the mental ability of a T-Rex.
Yeah, but it's T-Rex versus T-Rex. This is why I said... This is what I was expecting from the second he started wanting to do that. Bring that a bit closer so we can see you three, and bring the T-Rex a little closer.
Give me 30 seconds. I'm just going to grab another vape fluid.
Yeah, no worries.
Benefit.
Okay, I'll just do flare while you're gone. So I'm just going to pull up the Tyrannosaurus Rex zombie page because
I know a bit about it.
it's an undead. You know not to try and poison it.
Aye.
That's true of all undead. They are all immune to poison.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm going to get that. They can also be a tricky bastard to kill.
Oh,
Again, true for all undead. It's the undead fortitude ability.
Huh.
If you don't know what it is, I can explain it now, but it's up to you.
that's right. I've got the page open, but yeah, con save for that.
5 DC plus damage taken, so you want to do a lot of damage to finish it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so as Minstrel runs outside, finally proclaiming, "This is my
Right
chance!"
back.
and turns himself into a Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, as he's doing that, I'd like to say get lit.
Okay, you light your short sword. Anything for you, Khan?
Not until combat, I don't think. I just want to stay further back, I think.
That's as far back
Yeah.
as I've gone on the map for now, so we'll leave you there.
Can I be like at the doorway with Batu?
Sure. We'll say you were following after him to catch up. We'll put you there. Everyone happy?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay. So, with that, as Minstrel says, this is my chance, having been suggesting it as often as he could possibly say, because he really wanted to do this. He is going to turn himself into a Tyrannosaurus, similar to the ones you
my-
saw travelling through this area.
Does it still mean he has the 13 armor class and stuff?
The what's the god of Tyrannosaurus Rexes?
I suppose it'd be the god of dinosaurs, which is Sarian.
I'm going to say by Sarian's beard, he's actually done it.
But they are very,
Crazy bastard.
very stupid creatures, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just in the intelligence
Yeah,
modifier.
very dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still get to act like, you still get to think like Minstrel, don't you?
No, only personality. He's got the mental ability of a T-Rex.
It's stuff like checks.
Yeah.
I'm basically a T-Rex, but I know you guys are friends.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
how are you ever going to RP something with the mental ability of a T-Rex?
Pretend he's a chicken. They have similar sized brains.
Pretend he's
Or similar functioning
Chris.
brains, anyway.
Pretend he's Chris Lodge.
Wait.
I did it.
Anyway, so with that, we'll have initiative rolls from everyone. And since I'm playing a zombie, I'm using my green dice.
What is my initiative roll?
Okay. Pull up the Tyrannosaurus bestiary page, because you're going to need it. You're a flat 0. Two, so you're going to be...
It's not a nat 1.
It's not a nat 1, but you are going last.
Dumb T-Rex is going to be just standing there getting wailed on, looking up at the sky, marveling, going, "I've done it! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex."
With your tiny little arms just in the air.
Okay, so we're going Khan, Rambler, Zombie T-Rex, Batu, Minstrel.
You want Rambler to ride me. I suppose now's not the time.
It's so tempting. It really is.
If you're still up when this fight's over, you can ride him off into the sunset. Or sunrise,
yeah,
I suppose it would be. It's
now.
nighttime.
In that Land of Lost film, where you jump up and I do that little tail flick and you slide down my back and round my tail to the ground.
We'll come to that when we get to it. For now, fight. So, Khan, you're up first.
I think I might hold off my turn, actually, for the
Okay,
moment.
you're going delay.
In the way.
Rambler?
I am going to mount.
Oh, I should do the stairs.
Minstrel.
You're going to try and climb on him? I should put the stairs in so you know you can't go through that bit. Okay. So you want to climb onto Minstrel? You can.
Yes.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
Oh.
It's with a willing thing, so it's not going to be too tricky, but it's not like it's designed to be ridden.
I know, obviously, I'm going last, but can I, as he tries to mount me, have a big toothy smile?
Yes, you can. 10. I'll say you managed to climb onto him with a 10.
All right, and then I lean as close to his ear as I can get, and I say, "Get me close to that big bastard, and I'll hit him with my sword."
Okay.
And I cast Hunter's Mark on the big bastard.
Sure. Okay, so with that, the zombie T-Rex is going to begin its movement. 20, 25, 30. To there. And he is going to make his attacks, one of which he's going to attempt to bite Rambler off the back of Minstrel, and the other one he's going to swing his tail towards Minstrel. So, Rambler, you get a total of 15 to try and hit you, so the bite is going to miss.
I raise up my shield and he sort of attempts to clasp his teeth around it, but can't get any purchase.
And that to hit Minstrel is a nat 20.
Oh,
Damn.
So you will be tail swiped, unfortunately.
Is Rambler going to have to hold on?
Oh yeah, Rambler's going to have to hold on. This is a big hit.
He's getting
So
walloped.
I'll need a athletics check to stay on as the zombie T-Rex spins its rotting tail into Minstrel.
Oh, my class is 30. My hit points is 136 in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
1, 3. You're very lucky here. 10. You take 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, nice and round.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Okay, next we come to Bartu. And Rambler, you do manage to hold on.
Bartu is going to attempt to run in between Minstrel's legs
I'm going to say that's fair.
and then run up to the dude and
Yeah.
attempt to bite his ankle.
Happy with that location?
Yeah.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Oh, it's a 5, not a 4.
9. Oh no. 21 will hit. Obviously.
Any resistances? Or this is
No, not in this guy.
here,
Well, nothing that Bartu's going to do.
and he has to make a strength check. Remember?
Yeah, but if you know he gets his
Really-
plus to strength, it's not going to make
Really
a huge
high
difference.
strength, yeah.
Natural 1, come on.
No, unfortunately not.
Ah.
Total of 21, if you were
Just
wondering.
imagine though. Imagine if the dog had brought him down.
Fair enough. So 12 takes into much. Okay. Next we come to Minstrel. Your turn.
Oh, right. Sorry, let me just close this page. I was looking up pictures of halflings on T-Rexes.
I would have thought, I'm doing it now.
Fair enough. Do you want to move so Khan can get some line of sight?
That'd be
But I
helpful.
suppose I'll take a step so I'm adjacent to the...
Or do you want to move to there?
Yeah, but I want to make sure I move in such a way that it's intimidating with a mighty roar. And then I'm going to turn and I'm going to bite the bastard.
Okay, don't forget you still get multi-attack.
Multi-attack for T-Rexes can't be both against the same target.
Oh, fair. Oh yeah, you're quite right. Interesting that's not in the zombie one. Oh no, it is actually. But,
Yeah.
oh, wait. Okay, so
Yeah,
make
you
your
did
attack
that
roll.
anyway.
Yeah, I did that anyway because I split it up.
So it's a normal attack. It's not +7. It is...
Plus 10.
Yeah, +10. Oh, it's nice. 10?
Yeah, 10. I believe.
Why
isn't
10?
it? Tyrannosaurus, you get plus 10 to attack? Yeah, plus 10 to hit.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you go down to the bottom where it says actions, it says attack plus 10 to hit. Nat 1. Okay, so swing and a miss. You're not adjusted to being a Tyrannosaurus yet. It's an unusual feeling. It's one of those things. You'll get it next time.
So exactly what Rambler
Instead of going to bite him, could that almost be like I've got to punch him and realise my arms are too short?
Sure, for RP purposes, go for it. Okay, next is Khan.
Yeah, I'm good. Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
On him. He's my favoured, which is nice.
Yep.
But I'm going to fire 2 arrows at him.
Make your attack rolls.
And he's acted, yeah.
Yeah, he has acted.
That's 1.
That's 1 hit. 2 hits. So you can
Yeah.
roll both damage. To be fair, with the plus you get to attack, you're pretty much going to hit him every time, unless you get
Yeah.
that one.
Mm.
To be fair.
That's 2d8 plus 2d6
He does not have a lot of armor.
plus 8 plus 4 plus 12.
Fair. 31. Not bad.
Slam.
Did you add the favoured enemy? Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, 2d6 and the +4. Like for my hunter's mark and the +4 for the.
I was going to say, the hits sink deeply into the flesh, but don't seem to have done any damage to the spine or brain. It's unfortunate as it's a zombie. Rambler, your turn.
Threw it, the bastard. Twice.
Okay. So make your attack roll. 13
12 plus
hits
13.
and 12 hits, yeah.
What?
Zombies have terrible armor class.
It's got natural armor. Yeah.
Right, so that's 1d6 plus 2d6. That's 2d6 plus 4d6 plus 2d6 plus 10. But does it have any resistances?
Poison?
I guess we can say I told you that.
Yeah, sure.
RP.
Doesn't matter.
40.
I don't do
Fair
poison damage.
Okay. The smell of burning rotten flesh is unpleasant, but doesn't seem to have been too much just yet. Bartu. Oh no, zombie first. Okay, zombie is going to take its fangs at Bartu and its tail at... I'm going to say Minstrel, because it's the other T-Rex.
We forgot to do the dog again. I forgot to do the dog.
Oh, the
Oh,
bonus
yeah.
attack. Roll it now. Yeah, I haven't done anything yet. 18's a hit. 12. Okay, strength roll. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. But 12. Okay. Okay, so bite attack against the dog gets a total of 20.
Oh no. It's a hit.
Okay, so that's a hit. So that's 4d12 plus 7. So that's 4, 10, 19. Okay, so it's average rolled out. So 26 points of piercing. And I need a... Is Bartu medium or smaller?
I think he's small, medium.
Medium. Okay, so he is now considered grappled as well.
I'm big because I'm a T-Rex.
You are. Well done. And now the tail attack against Minstrel.
So I'm
It's
in
a
its mouth.
29.
I'm in its mouth.
Bartu is currently in its mouth.
29 damage or a 29 attack roll.
29 attack roll is going to hit, so damage 3d8 plus 7 bludgeoning. 8, 16, and a 4 makes 20. So you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage now.
What's 100 minus 27?
73.
Thank you.
Okay, Bartu, I will need a DC. I will need an attempt to escape either through acrobatics or athletics from him, as he's currently the T-Rex's mouth.
He's a strong boy.
Gonna
It better
choose
be.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Okay, so dexterity. Ooh. 11. Unfortunately, he is still restrained and cannot act this turn. Minstrel, your turn.
Um,
Didn't get any of that.
I'm looking at character sheet. Hold on.
Okay, do you want me to redo the attack?
I've got it. I've got it.
Okay.
I am going to try and bite again.
Okay, make your attack roll. 27 will definitely hit.
Yes.
So roll 4d12, I believe, damage. Plus,
Like minstrel.
7. 20. Not great. You're still getting used to the form. You've managed to connect this time, but doesn't seem too effective. Okay, next we come.
I'm going to say nom.
No. Okay.
Close as can.
Fair enough. How's that?
That'll do.
Can't. Your turn.
I'm gonna knock a couple more arrows and fire
Okay.
them on in.
Make your attack roll. 22's a hit. And 13 is a hit.
Okay, roll. I should have copied and pasted. But...
That's fine. Could well be the end of it. Yep, 35. As you
Shit.
pierce the creatures now, one arrow finds its the way perfectly to the creature's brain, as it now collapses and falls to the floor. However, Bartu is still in its mouth, so
Oh, shit.
I'm going to need a acrobatics save from Bartu.
My attempt to save the dog.
He makes it.
Yes.
As the jaws release, he manages to kick himself off and lands alongside Rambler on the still living T-Rex, currently sitting next to him.
He did a job. Good job as a damage sponge again.
Hello, young Batu.
Okay, and with that, we can conclude that combat. That was surprisingly easy for a challenge rating 8.
Yeah, it was for some lucky damage. I think it's just because of the low armor class.
No, it was all the T-Rex.
Well, I
Fair
mean, that
enough.
would have killed me with 2 hits, so, would have downed me at least.
T-Rex is, I mean, that's a lot of health I had in that.
Mm.
Yeah, I was going to say. Anyway, so with that done, we can now come to, are you going to turn back, or are you going to remain as a T-Rex while the others look up into the room?
For now, I'm going to stamp my feet either side happily. Is Rambler still on my back?
Yes.
He is.
I would like to motion with my tail for him to dismount.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to do that fancy dismount he said.
Okay,
No, no.
I will need an acrobatics check, and same for Bartu, who's going to try and do the same thing, copying you.
If we roll high enough, do I land on Batu?
You both get nat 20s, I'll let it go.
Oh.
You perfectly mount him as... total. We'll say total 20. No, I'll say... You managed to land next to each other as after the perfect tail slide down the T-Rex. Unfortunately, because Bartu was after you, he lands after you.
And with a puff, I return to my normal form and I stand there with a childlike grin on my face.
I'm not surprised.
Rambler.
Oh my god, you can speak?
I'm a T-Rex.
You're not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have a look through the
Polymorph
remains.
himself.
We'll look at the remains.
One
see
request,
what's there.
Craig.
Sorry?
When I polymorph myself, my one request is I turn back to normal, but for maybe a second, I'm minstrel with T-Rex arms.
They turn back last. Sure, why not? So you go for a high five before your arm comes back to normal and extends out. Okay, so you were going to look through the remains?
Just gonna dig through the bones, see if there's anything.
You can easily collect some bones. The flesh is rotten enough that they just pull out.
Yeah, I'll take a couple of bones out.
Yeah, Batu's going to take a bone as well.
Bartu attempts to pull out the giant leg bone of the T-Rex, which is bigger than he is.
That's a big femur.
Do you want an athletics check?
No, I'm going to say for RP purposes, he can try and drag. He's trying to drag it out. He's
Okay.
just
He's getting a bit over the top though. He's getting a bit carried away, and he's like growling at the bone.
fair enough.
I'll take a few teeth.
Sure thing. It doesn't seem to be much of value on it. It's not well decorated or
Yeah,
anything.
no, I was just taking any undead or aberrations I kill. I'm going to try and take something from.
Sure. You can now see up the top of the tower. There is a open door.
And I
I want
suppose,
to go up.
yeah, whatever we need is probably in that room.
Okay. Let's pull up my loot table for this. 2 seconds. Okay, as you approach the top of the room, you can see over the back a single shield hung on the back wall, currently shaped like a pair of lips. I'd say currently shaped like a pair of lips, not currently. Which, as soon as you approach the edge of the door, is going to go, "Hello, you guys!"
Sloth.
really loudly.
Hello,
Mike.
shield.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, not too shabby. But
I'm
we've come
amazing.
to rescue you.
How are you, Shield?
Sorry?
Shield, I'm fantastic. I've never felt better.
I'm a little lonely. That T-Rex didn't talk at all.
Well, we're here to rescue you, take you back.
Oh,
I would like to take the obelisk out my backpack and show the obelisk to the shield.
oh, that's a funny fish. It
Can
can
you-
see.
Oh.
Sorry. As you begin looking around the rest of the room, you can see a few pieces around which might be of some value. There is a set of armor on a stand and a bow with some feathers on it.
Oh, that bow has caught my eye.
Okay, so you're going straight for the bow?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, anyone want to go look at the armor on the stand?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Khan, as Minstrel's currently showing off his aboleth in a ball to the shield. So Khan, you pick up the bow and feel the twinge of the arcane, familiar to magical weapons.
Maybe I'll have a little check. Not
Okay,
too
make an
au fait
arcana
with
check.
not too au fait with the magic, but
14. You establish it would have something to do with the wind applied to your weapons when you fire it.
oh, I would like to take this. I guess loop it on my back somewhere.
Okay, so you're equipping that. You can just equip it as feathered bow for now.
Okay.
I'll get you an item card for it in a minute. Or once you're attuned to it, even. Okay, next up
Right.
we have Rambler looking over at the armor.
I'd
The
like
armor-
to. Oh,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Right.
what do you want to do?
I'd like to say, Mr. Shield, sir. What's your name?
Oh, they call me Glib.
Glib. Nice to meet you, Glib. You got any idea what this armor thing does?
The snake people wear it sometimes. It's used for ceremonies and things. It's still armor, but it's just a little quieter than your normal. As you look over the armor now, you can see it would be the equivalent of scale mail, but due to the way it's been designed from more natural components, it would function without the stealth disadvantage.
Oh, scaly, maily.
Yes.
It's a nice medium armor.
Yeah. Arcana check, I guess.
Okay. You make an Arcana check.
Blah blah blah. Oh,
19.
funny.
It's on that 20. It's not magical anyway. It's just well constructed so that it doesn't affect sound. It's just well made armor.
Okay, I'll take said scale mail. I'm just looking it up. It's
That
like
one time we
scale-
get a really good Arcana roll. I didn't need it.
Typical.
I'm trying to work out if this is better than my studded leather.
Possibly.
Minstrel, can you wear medium armor?
I cannot.
Oh,
I can.
yeah. So studded leather is 13 because it's deep iron plus my dex modifier, so that's 17.
Mm.
Scale mail is 14 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
16.
well, I'm not sure if this suit of armor would fit me. It looks like it was much more suited to someone of your size, Mr. Taxi Fellow.
It would be an improvement on my current set. But I'm afraid I don't have any money to give you for it.
Since
You could trade,
Ray-
perhaps you could trade us with maybe sticking with us for a while. I mean,
Well, after letting Gilmore go, I might not have a choice.
you did very well in that encounter just now. You've been actually a big help to us. So, I mean, maybe you could just stick around with us. Maybe protect me and well, not so much me. I'm a T-Rex, but maybe help protect poor old Radika, who seems to suffer heavily every battle.
There's
We're
a
doing it
tear
now.
in There's a tear in Rambler's eyes. He remembers Radika, R.I.P. And then he looks at Batu, and then looks at Minstrel.
I would be very pleased to stick with you guys, but I would have to see what the captain says when we get back.
Yeah,
Right, well,
Captain.
well, you might as
Yeah.
well take the armor after all. I can barely even lift the bloody stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can take the
Oh.
put it down as Aztec armor, Aztec
yeah.
scale,
I'll-
just based on the design of this local place, or Yanti if you think you can remember that.
I guess if I put it on,
Yeah, as I
I
say,
can
sure.
wear it. That's another, what's that, 16 armor?
16 is your armor class, yeah.
Yeah, it
with
was 15 before, so that's an improvement.
Small improvement, no stealth disadvantage.
Yeah, that's the best bit. That's why I didn't choose scale mail to start with.
Fair.
Gaily,
worked out
baily,
perfect.
baily.
Thank you,
Okay.
Halfway.
That's all right, sir. As long as you've got my back in battle, I'll have your back all the time.
Always.
Did anyone pick up the shield, by the way?
The shield
Not
is
yet.
still hanging on the wall.
Excuse me, Mr. Glib, sir. Would you mind if I carried you back to Mrs. Slaxlia?
Oh, that would be lovely. I've been missing her terribly. She and I have such wonderful conversations.
All right, I'm going to drag a box over, get up on it, and then lift Glib off the wall.
Okay. Glib is fairly heavy as far as a shield goes, but not so heavy you can't lift him.
Okay.
You do notice that the lips do part as it speaks. It's kind of unnerving.
You're a strange-looking creature, aren't you? Do you eat?
No, I just talk. That's all I was designed to do, is just to keep lonely adventurers.
What do you do?
Sadly,
For,
put my salted fish back in my backpack.
what
Fair
do
enough.
you do for these adventurers when they're carrying you?
Oh, I block arrows, I block swords, I do all sorts, and I warn them if I can. And I say hello to people on the road. I'm good at that.
I see. Talkative, young or old. How old are you?
That depends entirely. Do you know what year it is by the dwarven calendar?
As it so happens, do I?
Make a history check.
Minstrel knows off the top of his head, and he's
Right.
going to confidently say 27.
I've spent most of my
27.
time in these tabaxi lands. I don't know dwarves.
In that case, as Glib now turns around, in that case, I am negative 118 years old.
Wow,
Happy birthday.
just gets more and more interesting. I guess we ought to be off.
Very well. You're going to try and work it out instead. Fair enough. I'll just let that one go. Okay. So we're going to call it there because I